Now, Karen Phelps is expected to replace Malcolm Turnbull as the member for Wentworth, but the margin will not be as big as first predicted. The Independent claimed victory on Saturday night only for the postal votes and a counting error to dramatically swing towards a Liberal candidate, Dave Sharma.
But at last count, Dr Phelps led by just over 1,600 votes. Mr Sharma is unlikely to make up that gap as the counting of postal votes continues. And for their take, we're joined by the Senators, Pauline Hanson and Derryn Hinch. Good morning to you both. Derryn, regardless of the final result, a massive swing against the Liberal Party in Wentworth. What does that mean, do you think, for the Morrison government?
Look, on Friday I was in Canberra, and I thought then in Canberra that probably Sharma would just hold on. I thought maybe they could get across the line. I think the Libs themselves had leaked some bad polls to make it look they might scare people to come back home again. But I was in Wentworth on Saturday, and I tell you, in and around Wentworth, the proverbial baseball bats were out there. It really was out. They were out there to punish the government, to punish them for what they did to Malcolm Turnbull, and they weren't going to forget it. And Phelps won it, and won it well.
Yeah, absolutely. Pauline, as Derryn was saying, a lot of blaming the government and blaming Malcolm Turnbull's knifing in the back, basically, for this massive swing. Is it as simple as that?
No, look, I don't think it is all as simple as that. You had a high-profile candidate in Karen Phelps, and people were going to her. The people are fed up with the major political parties. They don't want either one of them. The Libs lost about 17.5%, the Labor lost 6%, and the Greens even lost just over 6% themselves. So anyway, and even Derryn Hinch. Derryn, what, you got 103 votes? They're not even going for the minor parties. Even Katter Party, you know, 0.5%, the Liberal Democrats even lower than that. And, you know, so they weren't going for that, even the independents. This is a backlash against both major political parties, the Liberal and the Labor Party, and even the Nats are going to cop it. But it was shown in the 5 Super Saturday by-elections as well. So the people are angry. Unless the Morrison government really listens to what the people want. They want, you know, electricity prices brought down. You've got to put in coal-fired power stations. You must get out of the Paris Agreement, and you've got to address the immigration numbers in Australia. Unless he does that, he's got no chance in the next election.
Can I throw something in here as well? Yeah. I don't think it was climate change. I think it was all about Malcolm, also about the government. It was almost like a lesson how to throw an election. You had the Barnaby Joyce coming up again as a possible challenge of the Nationals. With respect, Pauline, the government voted for you on the I'm white, I'm OK thing, and then voted against us if we didn't understand what we're voting for. It was a stuff-up from day one, and, I mean, Phelps had some problems.
You knew exactly what you were voting for, Derryn, so that's a load of rubbish.
I voted against you.
And bigots. What
Hang on, I voted against you.
What you're doing on the floor of Parliament. You bombed out. People don't even want you or your Justice Party.
You didn't even Pauline, you didn't have the guts.
And their policies
you didn't have the guts to stand in Wentworth. You were a no-show. Now, with the government knew that they were voting for you in September.
No, Derryn, I'll tell you, it's not about the guts of standing. It's knowing how to read the political scene. I've been in this for 22 years. You just started up the last election. You don't even know what you're doing on the floor of Parliament. So don't tell me about politics. I've got more of an idea. And actually, in Longreach, when we stood for Longman, we actually picked up a vote from 9 to 16%. So we are the ones who are increasing. We've actually won seats in Western Australia and in Queensland. What have you done? So anyway, let the people have their say at the next election, and they can have their say whether they want to vote for One Nation or not. But the whole fact is, this is against the major political parties. They're fed up with the policies they have. They're not addressing the rise in electricity costs, the immigration, what's happening in Australia. People are devastated. The farming sector's devastated because they're fed up with the major political parties. Start listening to the electorate.
Let me tell you something. I'm very pleased I led the campaign against your Ku Klux Klan statement. It was a bloody disgrace. It was.
What a load of rubbish, Derryn. You wouldn't have a clue what you're talking about. You've got to throw that in. You can't debate me on any issue because you have no idea what you're talking about.
You're the one who says go back to where you came from.
The only thing you can do is raise about Ku Klux Klan and raise about the neo-Nazis and all the rest. We've got absolutely nothing to do with it. And the people out there know it is okay to be white. It's okay to be black. It's okay to be anything. And my party states you don't have to be white to be Australian, and I'll stand by that. And I'm the only one who's been crying out for equality in this country, and I'll still say it.
All right. I'll call time on both of you.
I'll deal with him on the
All
floor
right.
of Parliament.
Okay.
You deal.
All right.
Oh, Darren's shaking his
And
boots
to
there.
be fair, Wentworth are not exactly the battlers of the country, are they?
No.
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 So probably wise not to stand a One Nation candidate there.